as we know it. You're listening to Blue Sky on CBC Radio 1. The motorcycle season in this province is short, maybe 7 months on a good year. I ride a motorbike, and for that 7 months a year, I enjoy the ease of parking, the savings on gas, and the sheer enjoyment of being out on two wheels. However, any savings on gas and parking is apt to be long gone if SGI goes ahead with its planned increase in motorcycle insurance rates that will in some cases see premiums more than triple. Well, now motorcycle enthusiasts in the province are organizing. The group RAGE, or Riders Against Government Exploitation, is asking to be heard at the Provincial Rate Review Commission hearings. And once those hearings push back a bit, Don Fuller is with the group. He's on the line now. Thanks for your time today, Don.
Thanks, Garth.
Now, I have not been able to do this, so I'm going to get some advice from you. Have you been able to figure out yet how the proposed increase will affect you and your bike?
In my pocketbook directly. I mean, I do have a number of motorcycles. I'm 62. I've been doing this since my teen years, so I have a collection I've built up over the years. And one of my motorcycle is a handmade Italian motorcycle, and it will go from about $1,500 for the season to in the neighborhood of $5,500.
And we're talking about in the season. That's 7 months I was talking about, not for a full year.
Yes, if you like you say, we're at the whim of the weather. So yeah, that will of course change accordingly.
Be it 5 months, 7
after all.
months, 6 months. Yeah, who knows, right? Now, we know that a fender can be a trip, a fender on a bike. So
for the rest of the afternoon. But we don't dispute that there are injuries, and that's of course where the cost escalation comes from. What we do dispute is the process that they're using and what they use to build their actuarial tables, that they've come to this rate. That's how they get there. The numbers are suspect. If you look across North America and you look across even Britain, we've had a brief look at, the at fault is generally 2/3 to 80% in a multi-vehicle accident where it's usually a four-wheeled vehicle and a motorcycle. The at fault lies with the four-wheeled vehicle. Now, what happens with things like no fault is, and they're saying that our at fault is about 50-50, is entirely out of whack with all of the North American statistics, and even you start to go international to Britain. So when they're starting to take those costs, they're at 50-50, they're being placed on the motorcycle, when everybody else in the world is saying it's on the four-wheel vehicle. Mm-hmm. So they're taking those entire bodies of costs and focusing down and drilling down and putting them on the motorcycle. So that in itself, the whole logic train that got to the rating numbers, we feel is terribly flawed.
Now, Don, you brought up the UK, and one of the things that strikes you, anywhere in Europe, is how difficult it is to get a motorcycle license. You got to go through a training program. You have to ride a little bike and then a medium-sized bike before you can graduate to a sports bike. It's a process that can take 6 or 7 years.
Fair enough.
So, is that maybe something they should be looking at?
It's such early days, and of course we've been just frantic trying to put this together because of the groundswell and trying to put a fine point on this group. I mean, how is the rate review panel supposed to deal with numbers in the 5,000s of people who want a word? Mm-hmm. So I guess we're really trying to gather and put information. One of the pieces we are talking about, of course, is safety, and we would like to see graduated learners. We would like to see restrictions on the learner's endorsement, which is very similar to the European model. But these suggestions are all in the development stage. I mean, safety is a prime concern.
Now, I understand that your group has made some representation today to the rate review panel to delay hearings for a month or two. Why is that?
Well, the the Saskatchewan Rate Review Panel is supposed to allow for vetting of public concern, and appropriately so. I, as the spokesperson, have tried to make contact, and so far we've reached a recording and no response. But when you look at just the proposal itself is 70 to 80 pages of insurance actuarial speak to dissect the proposal and find, other than the flaws we found that were readily apparent, to do that research. I mean, inside of 4 weeks, SGI has full-time employees that are at their beck and call, and they've been working on this, as they said, for a long time and very focused to be able to respond in an appropriate manner because we're not just sort of against something. You must come to the table to be for something. So to get that all put together in appropriate manner with due diligence does not happen in 4 weeks. We are business owners, we're employees, we're stay-at-home managers, we're all sorts of people across the demographic. I mean, just to identify us as motorcycles is misleading in itself. Business owners pay their insurance. Homeowners, we're the 40 to 70 demographic. We have multiple vehicles we pay insurance on. Businesses have fleets of vehicles. We have skidoos, we have boats, cottages, homes, all these things, and we contribute heavily to the SGI revenue stream. So we're just those people who also have a motorcycle. So we need time. I mean, to put a fine point on it, it's very hard to manage your life and respond in the same type of detail that SGI has in 4 weeks. So even the fact that we couldn't drive a request into the rate review panel is problematic because every day and every hour is ticking by quickly. So we're asking for a postponement. We would really like to be there, as would other groups in the province, to comment and to put forward a proposal, a rebuttal that we think makes more sense. We are not against the business of cost recovery. Everybody understands that. The process they're going about it is flawed at best.
Well, Don, we'll keep in touch. Thank you so much for your time today.
We appreciate the time. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye, sir. Don Fuller is with the motorcyclists lobby group RAGE, and that's Riders Against Government Exploitation. And they're asking the Rate Review Commission to delay hearings on proposed motorcycle license increases until June. We'll keep you up to date. It is 28 minutes now before 1 o'clock. Adam Hunter here now with a look at news headlines. Hello, Adam.
Hi, Garth. Coming up at 1, more on the coroner's inquest was started today in Regina, and it's looking to death of a 17-year-old girl who died last year.